Well, this system seems to pretty much be working, and I've spent a few cycles of basically just harvest this thing, replant it, and then just hang around here waiting for it to grow again. And gotta tell you, I'm getting tired of doing that. I know it has to be done because there isn't even enough wheat to fill that one single chest, let alone make a big dent in the storage facility down there. And potatoes and carrots are behind the wheat even. Let's see. Yeah. I think what I want to do is go somewhere else and do something a little different. Well, a very little bit different. And so that's what I'm going to do. And let's see. Well, basically, what my thought is that this system, however incomplete, is working. I mean, I got to add on a section for the pigs, and I want to add the chicken thing into it as well, even though, honestly, it's not a high priority because there's 1, 2, 3.5 double chests of eggs in here. And granted, yeah, they're just kind of plopped in here and whatnot, but they're there, you know. And I don't need to really stress about adding them into the filter system down there. Besides, there is a change that I need to make to it. I realized that after the last episode. Because, well, something is just kind of buggered. And I'm pretty sure a few folks pointed this out in comments, but this little arrangement right here is in the way. The little bit of this bit of redstone that powers that dropper and makes it work is in the way. Because if I want to do the same kind of thing that I'm doing with wheat, if I wanted to do it with something else, like, say, for example, carrots, to get them over to where the pigs are, then that would be a major problem because, yeah, this thing's in the way. So what I need to do is clear out space and get this arrangement moved down and or that way via hoppers or something like that. And in either case, neither one of those things are going to happen right now because, well, put simply, I don't want to. And so what I'm going to do is, well, get a few things together. And I should have looked in the chest down there while I was there, because I'm pretty sure there's some things that I'm going to want, given that that what I'm going to is also a collection and sorting situation. Let's see, some glass, some redstone, comparators, repeaters, hoppers, redstone torches, the bucket of water, a bit of cobblestone, yeah. Alright, I think that should probably be enough now for a bit of a minecart ride. Yes, it would be faster to go where I'm going by way of the nether, but the nether has no appeal to me right now. And the beauty of it is, since I'm the one that gets to choose, there you go. Alright, so it's minecart back to the main base, and from there head out on another track going out to the epic desert out west. And that's about 6, maybe 7 minutes of minecart travel, so I'll catch up with you there. Well, I'm almost out there to the epic desert, and I was just looking at this tunnel, and you know, I liked the bit where I ran into caves and whatnot and covered them over with glass instead of just paving it over with stone. And I liked the bit with there's raw resources still in the walls and floor. But it needs some kind of better decoration and better lighting arrangement, and the redstone power for the track needs to be not torches and instead have it be levers underneath the track, you know. And at some point I want to do something with this and make this track look, this whole track pathway, this whole thing all the way back, look better. And I have a few ideas for that, so I'm gonna kind of let that kind of simmer in the background, and at some point I do very much want to do something with making that look better. But that's going to be a fairly good sized project, and right now I'm not up for good sized projects. Okay, here we are, and there's where we're going. This is one of my more recent-ish, well, in terms of the history of this world, a more recent-ish mob farm. Although it goes back a little ways, because that track right there, it loops around here in a circle. Mobs fall down here, die when they hit the sand, because they're falling more than 24 blocks. And they die, and the only way at the time that I could figure out to collect stuff was to just put a minecart down here and ride around it in a circle while AFK and collect stuff. And every time my inventory gets full, I come up here and put stuff away. It worked, but it was kludgy, and it also involved that riding around the circle where I had to be pretty much not watching it while it happened, otherwise it'd make me just totally sick. Yeah, so, okay, first thing to do, no, not down here, up there. Block that off. And then, actually, how about if I make some room in my inventory, because I'm loaded down. Oh, crying out loud. This'll do. Yeah. Now, get this picked up, and it should be obvious what I'm looking to do here. A item collection and sortage and storing facility to collect mob drops, sort them, and store them in a facility down underneath. Because, yeah, I don't recall exactly when it was I built this, but I would say, well, let's see, this is episode 362, and I probably did this somewhere in the neighborhood of between 200 and 220. So it's been a while. And let's see, one of the things I have to do, I gotta look up here and see if I have any mechanism built in here for turning this thing off. I got a sneaky feeling I don't, but I want to look and make sure. Let's see. It looks very, on the outside, the place looks very much like one that I built out over Ocean Outpost number 1. But, yeah, alright, let's just break in here. Yeah, there's no lava trap down there for stuff to fall through. It's just it's a fall trap, basically. So, there's no real way to turn it off. Even if I opened up the roof up here, it would turn off the top layer. But, as you can see, there's quite a few layers down there. So, I guess blocking that drop shaft is probably the best way. It means losing drops while this is under construction, but that's all right. It's not like I'm actually losing anything. So, let's see. First step is going to be get this place dug out. I don't suppose there's any ladders over here. No. No, absolutely not. Alright, we'll just make up some ladders, because that's going to be pretty much the most convenient way of handling this during construction, is just dig this thing down. Have ladders on the side to get back up. Basically, I'm thinking of something really quite simple here. Well, there is that, yeah. Basically, where this row of sand blocks is, or perhaps just above it, have hoppers. Let the critters land on the hoppers when they fall. And then the hoppers, well, they'd all feed into each other, go and say that way, and then head down into a place that I am going to get opened up and go into your basic filter and sorting system. So I'm going to take some time and get some digging done, and I'll be back. Okay, I have just had a hilarious, if not very funny, revelation. This mob farm doesn't work anymore. At all. And, well, I came to that realization in the process of get all this area dug out for where filter mechanism is going to be and so on. And then I was up here putting some stuff away that I had dug out, and I noticed something. And maybe you can spot it. Or rather, an absence of something. There are no mob drops sitting there on that cobblestone at the bottom of this drop shaft. There are no mobs falling out of the mob trap coming down here to die on a cobblestone, which they would if they were falling out of there, but they're not. And the last time I was out here, this thing was working. Of course, the last time I was out here was not in version 1.9.4. You see, version 1.9 release was, if I recall correctly, this is the version in which Mojang made a change, a most welcome change, I might point out, in that mobs no longer spawn on redstone or redstone devices, like, for example, pressure plates. Every spawning space up there has a pressure plate on it. In other words, as of that change, this mob farm stopped working. And it will never work until I get the pressure plates off of that spawning area. Of course, the pressure plates are what activate the pistons that shove the mobs off of there into their long drop to death. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do some redesign to this thing to make it work at all. But, at the very least, however, given this, there is a potential here. At least it means that I can work on this thing without having any problem of interruption by mobs of any description because, yeah, they are not going to be a thing. Speaking of not going to be a thing, that's wrong. This right here. Is it? Yes, it is wrong. I suppose I ought to use Silk Touch to grab these things. But yeah, it's totally wrong. There should not be glass here because that's one of the pathways by which mobs can fall down here. And we don't wish to discourage or block that. Yeah, I better check the other side. Yeah, this one's good. All right. And a few missing pieces, a couple of missing pieces of glass there. All right, that's better. Replace that. Cobble here and here. Replace that. All right. So, what I think I need to do here, I've got some hoppers. And let's just face them that way. All right, and that means that the first thing I could do here, let's get out the Silk Touch again. Go through here, break all this cobble. Now I don't have to do it later. And I don't have to be concerned about mobs spawning in here because they won't until I'm ready for them to. And that will be when the pressure plates are gotten rid of. Okay, so all right, we'll bring all the drops down as of here. So that and that and there. That'll work that. It'll collect everything, send it that way, and drop it down. All right. And then from there, it's going to be, let's build the same old tried and true reliable sorting system arrangement down here and set it up to filter bones, arrows, rotten flesh, and gunpowder. As I do believe that should be all that spawns up there, but just in case, I will of course have an overflow chest, and I'm going to want to find some way of automatically dealing with any armor that the critters are wearing that they might drop, because I'm really not going to want to do much with it. I just want to get rid of it without getting rid of potentially valuable things. Of course, the armor doesn't stack, so what I'm probably going to have to do is let it run for a good long while and make sure I've got a filter slice set up for anything that is worth keeping, and then everything else will go to a dropper that will throw it into lava. So, yeah. In any event, I find that I'm kind of running out of time. This morning was one of those things that, okay, I refer to it as an oh crap morning. And an oh crap morning is a morning where you wake up and the first thought you have is, oh crap, I should have been up 6 hours ago to go to work. Or, oh crap, I left something running that I shouldn't have run, or whatever. Or, you know, oh crap, I laid down to take a nap and I just woke up, rolled over, and went back to sleep 6 times, which is what I did. So basically, this video should have been, as I'm recording it at, I'm recording right now, it is 8:23 a.m., and the upload should have finished 2 hours ago. And it would have if I'd have been recording when I wanted to be. So, yeah. And, by the way, just so that everybody knows, difficulty is set to hard. The mobs were not spawn. The lack of mob spawning was not anything to do with being set to peaceful, which I have occasionally done, mostly by accident, because I'd be working in a test world and then forget to change it back when I come back to, you know, the real one, and so on. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the basic hardware of the filter mechanism built and set up the initial filter slices and the overflow system and so on. Probably dig this place out a little bit more and allow for overflow and inevitable filter expansion and so on. And then next time we'll tackle the issue of making that thing work again. Probably, very possibly, something involving like lines of tripwire to get the pistons to fire. That should work. At least I think it will. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.